Jay Prince makes a tweet that has the internet on fire. Replacing fear with courage is how you become unfuckwittable. Fear is not of God. Should you be learning from this? Or should you be throwing shade at it? Let's get into some of this straight game.
Yeah. Blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Yeah. Blackjack. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button as it helps the content go out to more potential subscribers, as well as people who have already subscribed to the channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel yourself. And more importantly, tell a friend. And if this is your first time watching Straight Game TV, I would like for you to hit the bell notification right below this video if you would like to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game. I'm going to get right into it. The brother Jay Prince, a senior. I got to make that aware for most people because of the situation that happened with Takeoff. The brother Jay Prince just released a statement. This is my first video I've ever done on Jay Prince in regards, because this statement struck me as, for most people, they would relate it to the situation in regards to Takeoff, right? And I could see how they could do that. But in fact, Jay Prince Sr. was not there, was notified later. But I understand that he did make a statement, a lengthy statement in regards to the situation afterwards, and whoever being, nobody's going to be able to hide near him, close to him, or behind him in regards to the untimely murdering of brother Takeoff. May he rest in peace. But this statement right here, and Jay Prince tweeted, replacing fear with courage is how you become unfuckwittable. Fear is not of God. Hashtag Jay Principles. Jay Prince respect, OG over IG. Now, a lot of people are going to try to insinuate and take this and run with it and try to commingle it with the situation with Takeoff. I don't. And the reason being is because if you take the statement from a broader perspective and you can deal with life, your goals, a lot of people don't do things based on fear, right? Whether it's fear of failure, fear of, rejection, fear of all types of fear, just the outright fear of anything that you may put into your head from that perspective. That's how I read into this first statement. Replacing fear, that normal fear. And most people have the fear in front of them, right? But if you have the fear behind you, then it will propel you forward to hopefully accomplish your goals or some of the things that you wish to do, because you no longer have the fear in front of you preventing you from moving forward, but now you have the fear behind you helping advance you forward, and you're able to discover new horizons, accomplish new goals, go new places, leave home, leave your hometown to go somewhere to try to start a new beginning, whatever it is in life, right? Replacing fear with courage, right? Or simply mustering up the courage, right? To do what you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, is how you become unfuckwittable, right? Now, most people would take that as I would say, some kind of Billy Badass statement from Jay Prince from that perspective, but I don't. Once again, it's the processing and the perception of information. If you want to take this and run with it as meaning, he's talking about, what people are saying, so on and so forth, you can, and you have a right to. You don't have to see it the way I see it. See, but the way that I process information from people who have accomplished things you wish to accomplish, whether it be monetarily, materially, or in their career, goal wise, right? I look at this statement as a motivating statement. If you are facing any kind of fear in your life, replacing that fear with courage is how you become unfuckwittable, right? Take it to, bring it to layman's terms. You was trying to do your thing, get up on your grind. Nobody would help you. You know what I mean? You didn't really want to leave home. You had 2 kids with your baby mama. They had this spot, this job for you, out in Oklahoma. Damn, you thinking Oklahoma, the fear of leaving, your baby mama might meet somebody else because you ain't there. All of these fears and thoughts of things in your mind as to the reason why you shouldn't leave, but not finding the one reason why you should. And you leave the projects, the neighborhood that you were living in, right? And you decide to take that leap of faith or courage, and you go there and you start prospering. Things start happening. You're doing well at the job. You get a promotion. You know what? Man, you saved up enough money. Now you can buy a house out in Oklahoma, which is basically cheaper than where you live at, right? Now you can move your family to Oklahoma, to a nice suburb, where now you become a homeowner. That's what I relate this statement to. I do not take this statement as something in relation to relating to takeoff. But a lot of you will. I know you will, because that's what you would be able to do to be able to garner clicks and views. I'm going to give you a different perspective on this. Fear is not of God. That is a fact. That is a fact. And so when you understand that and you take that and you apply this in your life correctly, you may be able to do some things that you normally didn't think you were able to do. And so as I seen this, the Shade Room had posted this on their thing. And, you have people on there saying, basically saying, lock him up. He guilty, never heard or seen him posted till now. You know what I mean? You have to understand the reason why the Shade Room actually posted this is to be able to get the clicks and views from what Jay Prince has said. Right? Like I said, I wasn't in Houston that night. What I do know is that his son, right, was somehow in the mix and involved with that. You understand what I'm saying? And so for whatever that is, I know that that's not Jay Prince Sr. from that perspective. And whatever, feelings or whatever justice or whatever anything that people have to associate with him or whatever needs to happen, that's just your thought. But this statement right here in particular, do not take this as something that someone is saying in regards to Takeoff. Because if you know anything about Jay Prince Sr., this has always been his stance on, trying to give the game, trying to encourage, youngsters, trying to encourage other people to do other things, right? Now, the thing that I will say that could get people to think different about this statement was the reply after the death, the untimely murder of Takeoff, when he said, you can't hide behind me, beside me, and all of those things, insinuating what he really didn't have to do, that he somehow knew or was affiliated with the person who was involved in one way or another with the death of Takeoff. so I can see how that can be associated with that. But like I said, once again, that would be a fact. And I seen pictures, which I believe the young man who was standing next to his son at the dice game involving Duke the Jeweler, and at the dice game also involving the death of Takeoff. I seen that. So therefore, that would be a fact that, from what we understand and know, that he would know that young man. Right? But this right here, I take from a different perspective. And I know, and then like Jay Prince is the only person who can really speak on what he meant by this statement, because the statement in itself is important, but yet vague based on the situation that's going on right now. You understand what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I would ask that the brother Jay Prince Sr., come out and say, you know what I mean, what he means on video, if you will, to try to get people to understand, because like I said, there's a lot of, people saying this, people saying that, and the facts are the facts. You know what I mean? As I just stated, from that perspective. And so, like I said, yeah, it's a tough one, like dealing with, the funeral and all of those things, just being the other day, and like this statement coming out. And like I said, most people are going to take it and run with it, but I do not do that with this statement. This statement right here means more than just the situation with Takeoff. But like I said, most people are going to take it and view it through that little small optical lens, right? And this is why some people live in a cloud of rarefied air, if you will, and some people are just, they're regular. And it ain't nothing wrong with being regular, but I'm just saying, because certain people who take chances, who overcome fears, who do these things, right, and believe in themselves when nobody else will believe in them, they defy the odds times 10, if you will. So like I said, that's what I take into this statement. Like I said, everybody else could read into what they want to read into. I do understand the facts. I've seen all of the videos that people have posted. I do understand what that means. I'm from the streets. I get it. I understand it. I think Jay Prince gets it. The senior gets it. I think I would hope that Junior gets it. You know what I mean? And understands why people have the view that they have. Right. And let me say this, in that world of dealing with that, under the circumstances, there was something that was supposed to be given and something that was supposed to be done to rectify the situation as we seen it, based on any kind of street principle and show of respect that it is. I identify what happened. I know what happened. And as a man, as a boss, as an OG, I'm going to handle that situation accordingly. And I think that's the thing that, most people who understand that life and what that is and what that means, would hope that would be the reaction, right? And I think Jay Prince tried to give that reaction in the letter that he wrote by saying that you couldn't hide next to me, behind me, and so on and so forth. So I you know what I mean? And another thing I wanted to say this, because the young man that in the yellow sweatshirt, right? On the video, the craziest part about this is they had him dead. They had him, the news came out. They even had a news article in which this young man was, I don't know, but this is the thing that you gotta be careful of. They came out, they had him, he just got, shot, so on and so. And I don't know, I'm just looking it up because I see so many people posting stuff on YouTube and so on and so forth. Then I look it up and I'm like, damn, that was fast for the news to spread that fast, which kind of alarmed me. I'm like, damn, okay, cool, and then you have people say, well, if I didn't see any kind of so on and so forth. So like I said, if you could chime in and let me know if that's true or if it's not true, because I don't really know. You know what I mean? But I did see this article right here that I pulled up and I was like, wow, So like I said, man, always take and try to find something good out of a negative situation, especially when it doesn't involve you, you should be asking yourself, what can I learn from this? What positive can I gain from this? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't live under that limelight, that guide light, if you will, that, what can I learn, from this negative situation? Because you learn more from losses than you do from wins. I'm going to say it one more time. You learn more from losing than you do from winning. From losing, you learn who really supports you, who loves you, who's by your side, right? You learn what you're capable of dealing with. You learn how to adjust. You learn how to refocus. You learn from your mistakes, right? And hopefully that you won't repeat them again. But if you're always winning, you never learn how to deal with adversity. Hence the rich kid, who was a rich kid. He never struggled. He never had anything. You know what I mean? And so his approach to life is not like the kid who comes from the ghetto. It's not like a LeBron James or, who grew up poor, know what it was like once he got money. You know what I mean? Know what it was like, you know what I mean? Took his friends from where he was from and gave him jobs and, put him in position, right? Right? You do that because you understand where you come from and you recognize the people that come from where you come from. I use that as an example, right? So, like I said, look at this statement, break it down, learn something from it. Like I said, I'm not mad at nobody because what in dealing with this statement, when you really truly break this statement down, as I read it again, replacing fear with courage is how you become unfuckwittable. Fear is not of God. But there's another statement that coincides with this for all the wrong that you or I or anybody else may do. Listen. It says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.